I used to love my morning coffee until it stopped loving me back. The bloating, the discomfort, it wasn't worth it anymore. Then I found Everyday Dose, coffee with benefits. It's real coffee blended with mushrooms, collagen, and nootropics that's gentle on my stomach and gives me smooth, steady energy. Right now, get 61% off your first Coffee Plus starter kit and over $100 in free gifts. Plus, enter for a chance to win $100 cash or get your entire order refunded. Visit everydaydose.com/podcast or use code PODCAST at checkout.
Thank you for calling the Bombas Comfort Line. Bombas make socks, slippers, tees, and underwear made with the highest quality materials. Press 1 for comfort, 2 for style, 3 for donation. You chose style. Bombas has styles for whatever you enjoy. You can run in Bombas, lounge in Bombas, dress them up, dress them down, but always give back in Bombas. Because with every item purchased, another is donated. Bombas, comfort worth calling for. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrestling Art with Chris Things.
Ray! Do the hammerlock! I do the hammerlock! Ray! Do the hammerlock, you turkey necks! Yeah, do the hammerlock! I do the hammerlock!
Everybody's doing it. Hello, friends. Hi, welcome to Wrestling Art with Chris Things. I am your host and pal, Chris Things Brian, wrestling art dude, and today we're here for the Wrestling Art with Chris Things podcast, episode 102, and I had something that was kind of pertinent, kind of on my mind, and I thought we should do an episode about it. So, everything that is happening right now in America with ICE, with the rise of fascism, with all the awful things going on, it really bums me out. You know, it's like you tune into the news on a daily basis, and it's just like gets you more and more depressed. And I just is. You know, it hurts me as well, you know, just seeing people suffer in such a way. It both gets me angry, but makes me, like, very, very sad. But I am heartened by seeing the amount of people out there, and especially the amount of people out there specifically in the wrestling art community who are sending out a unified message, who are there for their brothers and sisters and all of the Latinos that are being persecuted right now, and the allies that are not standing for it and that are suffering as well. So it does give me like a heartened kind of feeling to see that there are other people out there, you know, standing up for good in this world. And you know, I think in conjunction with that, recently I did a artwork for my dear friend Portaveritas, his art show with another really cool Latino artist, Latino American artist, Lucha Flan. It's called 200% MEXA. And it's a very timely art exhibition because it is about that Mexican voice, that Chicano voice, and you know, there's clearly a lot going on right now where people need to get those messages out there. So I was like really stoked that this was happening, and then Portaveritas invited me to be part of this art show, which I was a little bit like, are you sure? You know, I'm like an Australian gringo here. But he was like, no, man, please. And, you know, I think he knows that I do have a love and care for Mexican culture. So, I mean, I don't know if that's part of it, but I felt very impassioned to create something. So I did this a couple of maybe a month and a half ago or something like that. And then, after I created this artwork, things, especially in Minneapolis, have just gotten so much worse. And again, you tune into the news and it's just like so depressing and heartbreaking, the stuff that we see on a day-to-day basis. So I almost felt a little bit weird about the piece, because I never want to create something and then be seen as trying to kind of, like profiteer off of some awful thing that's happening. But I guess that's the tricky part of being an artist, right? Like, you have to sort of be like, all right, what's that line? And what is doing something that's current and meaningful for you? But not trying to just take advantage of something being in a news cycle kind of thing. But anyway, all these things came together, and I thought, you know what, I think he's right to just let's everyone in a unified way get this voices out there, to be aligned and to be together in the face of evil right now. So I thought I should just do as much I can to I guess promote that message, to especially like with this show coming up. I thought it would be great timing for me to have a chat with Portaveritas about this exhibition, about 200% MEXA, and about what this show is all about Mexican voices, about how this show came together. So I'm looking forward to having it's a very long-winded way to say, I'm sorry, that I'm going to be having Portaveritas on the podcast today to talk all about 200% MEXA. But it is still very much in my mind. I guess I wanted to break it down a little bit of sort of how we can be artists whilst something so evil in this world is happening. And like my art, it is kind of irreverent and silly and dumb. It's wrestling art. But at the same time, there can be meaning behind these things. And so I think it is important to keep doing the things that bring you joy, in the face of all this awful stuff going on. I mean, let's do whatever we can to try to help, to try to back up these people that are really hurting right now, and try to show that support and show that solidarity. So I guess I'm trying my best to do that right now, and also just keep creating, because man, there's been some days where I'm on the other side of the world, so there is like an element of privilege here. Like I'm in bloody Australia. I'm not on the streets of Minnesota right now, but at the same time, like, I feel very, very strongly that we need to support these people in Minnesota. I know there's a lot of people talking about doing a big strike on Friday. I think that is a excellent idea. If anyone out there is in a position to do so, man, you have all of my love and respect for doing such a thing. For resisting, and yeah, man, like, if anyone out there is in a position to donate, I've mentioned before the Minnesota Immigrant Rights Action Committee, MIRAC, is a great charity that can be supported to support people that are being persecuted in Minnesota by ICE right now. But there's a few different charities, so you can do some research, and that might be a thing. But yeah, man, it's hard. It's hard, but all we can do is keep on keeping on, right? But yeah, I think those making a stand right now are on the right side of history. Let me say that, like, and for the rest of us, like, man, just try to get some happiness in your life if you can, because that news cycle and Twitter feeds and all that kind of stuff, just it's such a weird place to be, right? I've never before seen like so many footage of people losing their life in such an unjust manner, and actually like watching the footage of that that's gonna tear you up and have like an impact on you emotionally by watching such a thing. So yeah, man, all I can say is let's try to be there for one another in this hard time. And yeah, I don't know. It's a weird world right now, right? But let's focus on 200% MEXA here. Let's get into it with Portaveritas. Let's have a chat about this. I know he's also had another art show that he's just announced in his home of Querétaro, and I'm excited to talk to him about that. So let's jump into it. Let's get talking to Portaveritas. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am very enthused today to have a great friend of mine back on the podcast for a special one, talking about a very special art exhibition that I'm so pleased to be a part of. But without any further ado, I would like to welcome back to the show my friend and an amazing artist, Portaveritas.
Hello, guys. Thank you so much, Chris, again for having me. So it's always a pleasure.
Oh, it is my pleasure. I always enjoy our chats. Always enjoy getting to talk about our passions of lucha libre and of art. And I think we live somewhat similar lives despite being on opposite sides of the world.
Of course. It's always funny to see how similar we are, and especially being from different strokes. So it's great. It's great to have this kind of connection. I really appreciate it, amigo.
Oh, me too. I always am wanting now to try to be back visiting Mexico as soon as I can. I was there last year and we got to spend some time together, and man, I just want to be back there as soon as I humanly can. But as you know, flights and things can be a little bit expensive when you're coming from Australia to Mexico or vice versa.
I know. Yeah, I hope that you are here when the time is the right time. So don't worry.
Yes, for sure. And again, as always, you're very welcome over here. Whenever you make it around to Australia, you've got a place to stay.
It will be a pleasure. I'm starting to save some money, so I'm sure that one day I'm going to give you the news that I'm going to your place, for sure.
Oh, amazing. I'll be very excited for it.
Me too.
But yes, so for today, I was wanting to talk to you about a specific topic. So I was so pleased when you gave me the invitation to be part of this upcoming exhibition that you are curating, the 200% MEXA art exhibition, sort of bringing together like Mexican and Chicano voices through lucha libre, and also people like myself who Australian gringos who just really love Mexican culture and lucha libre. But man, I first of all just wanted to say thank you so much for having me as part of this exhibition.
That is always a pleasure. And one of the great things is that we have been talking about that people admire your work. So it's always an honor to have you in some of the crazy projects that we always work. So this exhibition is a collaboration with a friend of mine. His name is Ruben. Well, he's known as Lucha Flan in Los Angeles. He's living in Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And The funny thing, one project that we are doing together, kind of like, I don't know. Well, let me keep it for now for as a secret for now. But this help us to start talking like what else could we do to make or an exhibition or something as a collaboration. And we ended having this exposition 200 MEXA. So I know that, or probably I'm going to ask you, um, you are seeing the names that are getting involved into this project.
Mm.
Thankfully, friends are helping us. So voices as Alexis Asirit, the family Pelayos, so who are very well known in United States, are helping us in this effort. Our friends, you as part of them. And one of the things that we were trying to make them feel is like it was not necessarily to be Mexican or Mexican American to understand art. So that is one of the positions that we are having on our minds to start inviting people. So as your case, my friend. So question for you:
Mm.
what do you think it was the challenge into getting into the piece that you sent to us? That, by the way, is beautiful, amigo. Beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, man. Yeah, so I think the challenge for me for this piece was because I think for this exhibition, a big part of it is about identity, and cultural identity,
Mm-hmm,
and especially like proud Mexican cultural identity. And
mm-hmm,
so, for myself, being someone from the other side of the world who doesn't necessarily have uh, that Mexican culture as part of like my upbringing, but something that I absolutely love. I wanted to be able to say something in the right way about something that I care about,
mm-hmm,
while being I guess respectful to Mexican culture
mm-hmm.
more than anything. And when I thought about it, I thought, the biggest issue that I think a lot of Latinos and Chicano Latino Americans are experiencing right now is the persecution and
You're right.
racism that we see
Mm-hmm,
in America with ICE, with Trump, with the American leadership.
mm-hmm.
Even to the point where a lot of Mexicans are having to endure like these threats of Trump, invading Mexico, and this fucking bullshit. It makes me so angry.
Mm-hmm,
um, but so I wanted to be able to maybe create an artwork that is. So I think my style is kind of more it can be a bit humorous or playful or funny.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Um, but I think at the same time you can do things with humor that are about a issue that is the very serious issue and something that you care about. So for me, I wanted to do something that shows the strength of Mexicans and Mexican Americans in the face of these very difficult times,
mm-hmm.
and in the face of this racism. Because I think historically, Mexicans are some of the strongest people in terms of enduring, like bullshit, but being very strong and standing together. So that's what I wanted to create a piece that represents that fight and that strength against this persecution and
Mm-hmm.
against this racism. And so that's why I created the piece that I did with Elia Park uh, fighting the ICE agent, and
Yes.
little bit reminiscent of Elia Park versus Rouge, and their famous rivalry.
You represented the piece with a lot of heart, and also another thing that I want to give you as a compliment is that even if you feel like a little distance because probably you are not Mexican, but you are becoming part of the Mexican culture, amigo. How many pieces you have done over the years, and people in Mexico, they know your work. So I am really, really happy that you help us. And also
Oh,
another
thank
thing
you,
that,
man. That is like the biggest compliment I ever could receive. Because you know, for
and I
something
say
that
it
I
from the
love,
bottom of my
that's
heart.
nice.
No, and you know that I say it from the bottom of my heart. So, and also maybe there is another thing very important about the exhibition. Probably there was an exhibition that came at the right time. We
Mm.
never expected that when we had the crazy idea to have these issues with ice and this kind of like chaos that has been happening over the United States. But also
Mm.
something very important from my point of view. Probably I might be wrong. It's very clear to see in America or in the United States racism. Right
Mm.
here in Mexico, I don't really feel that we have this kind of racism per se. It is
I
more like,
agree. I agree. I've heard this
mhm.
from various people in discussions. I think it's a very different thing, the racism that we see in America, uh, compared to what it is like in Mexico.
But also we have something worse in a way, because probably we are not having this kind of racism, but we have elitism. So
Yes.
it's really, really, really hard that right here you can make a big difference in who is poor and who is rich, and opportunities are not that easy for us. So probably is the way I see it. Probably, as I told you, maybe I might be wrong, but I guess that is the, how can I say? Probably also this punk attitude, like
Mm.
we know that governments became a corporation, and corporation means at the end that they don't really care about people. They care about numbers and money. So I guess this exhibition is going to show the part of the problem. So I hope that it takes us to. I have no idea what it's going to take us. What I can say is that the funny thing is that probably we are getting more people involved. So let me, probably I already told you this. Um, United States is involved, both people in United States, people
Mm-hmm.
in Mexico, and a third country. I cannot say anything now because I want it to be a surprise, but we are going to have more power into this artistic project.
Yes, I have a little bit of a suspicion that I maybe know a little bit of what you're talking about, but I'm very excited for the announcement. But yeah, I think a very cool thing about this exhibition is the international element of it, and the idea that we have, you know, various different countries kind of like being platforms for
Mm-hmm.
the exhibition, which is very very cool to see, and something powerful for an exhibition like this that you know has such a uh, important message through some of the different work. It's been very interesting to see of the artwork so far for the exhibition, that there are some similarities in the direction that people have taken it.
Yeah. And I even have the privilege to invite some Japanese friends, so I hope that they get into the project too. So the more people who join the fund, it will be better for us. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. Can I ask how long you've been sort of like had this idea in the works, and before you got to the stage of doing the call outs for different artists and that sort of things?
Yeah, if I miss some information, repeat if I am missing something. But this is the first time that it was not like years of preparation, like the Virgencitas Luchonas that you also were part of it.
Mm.
Right here was literally an idea that we had in a conversation of 15 minutes. So Ruben
Wow.
wanted to to have like what I say um, to have a declaration in a way. So from the things that were happening in United States, obviously, try to remember that probably 3 months or 4 months ago when the idea came, there were not such a bad situation with ICE and the immigration and all the stuff.
It has
So
escalated so
yeah,
dramatically in such a short amount of time.
really fast. So this idea came really fast, and we literally
And can I
it
clarify? Is this Ruben Zamora?
no, this is well. Sorry, I don't remember his second name.
Okay.
So it's Ruben Luchaflan. You can check his work on Instagram.
Okay.
Probably you are right. Let me check. Let me see my cell phone, and I will let you the full name. So something you asked me something about the artist, but I forgot the question. Can
Oh,
you
that's
repeat
okay.
if I'm missing
I
something?
think I was just asking like the amount of how long ago you started the preparation for it, and then how quickly it came together.
It was really fast, amigo.
Hmm.
In fact, it took us a week to organize that, 15 days more to have the preparation, the design, the rules, and everything. And rules, especially because we want to prevent something. We don't want to name political parties or to have politicians involved
Hmm.
because it's very simple to find a billion. This is not the right platform to talk about that. It's more about like we have a voice. Sometimes it's not like to rant or to vent that we are suffering, but it is really necessary that people around the world understands what we are living in both countries or in the third country that is going to get involved. So everything was very fast. That's what I can say.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I did see in your explanation for the artist artwork creation about how not wanting it to be like, too much a certain political party. And I don't know a lot about Mexican politics and the different parties. I know a little bit, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do think it's a good thing when we can keep just the message about the topic and not be too, uh, I guess, political in terms of like, towing political party lines and that kind of thing.
We don't want to be the excuse of people to not to take responsibility for their acts. So that's what well the main message is.
Hmm.
Right here, what I can say, or for me, in my point of view, political parties and government are mostly almost the same, or even worse. So
Hmm.
the only thing that they want to do is to profit from us.
Yes,
So
and much
I don't
corruption.
think exactly. So I don't want them or even give them the opportunity to try to stop this exhibition or this movement, and only because we make very clear the things that they haven't done in the past.
Hmm.
So well, let's see what happens.
Yeah, and so I'll be very excited when we get to announce the next step in this art
Yeah.
exhibition. So everyone,
Mhm.
stay tuned. I'll be making sure to share any announcements as well as make sure you're following Portaveritas on Instagram.
Thank you.
You'll be able to see all the updates on there. And that other account we were talking about was Lucha Flan, Lucha FLAN on Instagram. Is that correct?
Yes, of course. And I am opening my box only to remember his full name. Well, no, I can see it right now, but anyway, I'll let you know later on. So it's
Yeah,
Luchaflan, Luchaflan.
very cool artist as well. I love his style.
Repeat the question, sorry.
Oh, I was just complimenting the work of Lucha Flan. I'm looking at
Yeah,
his Instagram right now, and I love his style. Very cool
yes, of
work.
course. Um, and also he's a very nice person. That is also one of the things that I am really enthusiastic because he moves a lot. I mean, he he has no filters in terms of that is another thing that happens. I don't know. Let me express it in this way. Probably again, but I might say
Mm,
something that is not like quite correct. But I can see people that are living in United States that for them is more simple or the things are easier. So he has this will to do the impossible. So that is one of the things I like about Ruben. So I know that he is the perfect partner for this kind of exposition.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
So you also have another exhibition. You're a very busy
Yeah.
man.
The funny thing is I try to keep myself busy and just not to think about stupid things.
Yes. That's how we have to be. We talk about this often, right? Like you gotta
Yeah,
stay like positive, stay productive. There's just so much good stuff we can be doing. You don't get bogged down with the negative things.
yeah. So, but yeah, that's something that I have to be grateful with life. Like I am not this kind of person that has had a block, mental block, or an artistic block. So the only thing that I learned over the time that is as long as you keep busy, as long as you start working and working and working, you are advancing. So
Yes.
obviously, as we were talking, sometimes it's difficult for us to manage emotions, but we have a good tool with drawing and creating and designing. So that's what I'm taking advantage of.
Oh yeah, I always tell people that a day when I create something, when I draw something, when I paint something, makes me happier than a day when I don't. So it's the
Yeah.
power of art and of leaning into the things that we love. And yeah, I'm the same. Even when I'm in like a bad, mood or depressed or whatever, I don't think
Yeah.
there's ever a time where I don't, like want to create art. So it's good that that's always something that I can go to.
hmm So let me tell you what is happening now. Especially, well, today we have the official news.
Yes.
Um, Probably 2 years ago, we went to an art gallery in my hometown, that is Querétaro. So the person who is controlling everything right there, her name is Marja Godoy. She has been really nice and she opened us the space. The first reunion, it was Luis Perro, Eric Jam, and Truly Yours.
Hmm.
So we had a specific date. The funny thing is that time passes really fast. So the 2 years came, and right now this is exhibition that we are having in Querétaro. It's going to be like how can let me? I don't know the name in Spanish, so I hope that you help me in a way. Um,
Hmm.
the name in Spanish is going to be Lucha Efímera. Um, I'm trying to say that I don't know. Probably as people that are involved in lucha, we are involved in posters, photographies, toys, but we don't have something that can be perpetual. So we are always talking that our elements are or plastic or photographs or things that in 1 day or 2 days are going to be or in the garbage or
Mm.
destroyed. So we wanted to have to show people that even if we feel that these are not perpetual or they don't have this kind of permanence, is the contrary. I mean, many of the photographs that the photographer takes over an event, sometimes they became famous or they became like the epic moment of the night. And the
Mm.
same happens when you are designing. Maybe I can say how many of your illustrations are becoming like a big representation of lucha. So the same as many of the designers, and also I'm talking about myself. So we are representing moments, special moments in lucha libre. So, well, we are going to have 4 expositions over there.
Hmm.
One of them you are also part of it, Virgencitas Luchonas. That is going to be in the main gallery. And in the same place, we are going to have an exposition of photography.
Very
Probably
cool.
11 or 12 photo, photo, photographers. Am I right what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, yeah.
journalists? Okay, so they are going
That's
to be
so
from
cool, man.
Querétaro.
There's so many amazing photographers in the lucha
Ah,
libre scene, and especially like the independent lucha libre scene. Like I was just amazed at some of the photography that I was researching after we went to that zona
Zona
23
23.
show,
Mhm.
and
By the
some of
way,
the
check the
incredible
work of,
photography of that event.
yes, you're right. And by the way, check the work of Manos de Calavera,
Mm,
the guy who was taking photographs when we were there in Zona 23.
yes.
That guy has an incredible eye. So, well, we have 11 or 12 photographers from Querétaro, and we have some other friends from
Yes,
the
I'm
country.
already following this photographer, and I love his work.
Whom?
Manos de Calaca,
Manos de
is
Calavera. Manos de Calaca.
Calavera.
You are right. I don't remember if it's Calavera or Calaca, but well, that is the guy. Um,
Rodrigo Sanchez.
yes, and also he's a very nice guy. So, well, um, also I am having the help of other people, recognized people in this photography of lucha libre. We are having Gabrielowski, we are having Blackberry Jr., we are having
Wow,
Sao, also Rostro Culto, El Hijo de Blue Demon Jr. is also helping us. So,
so
I mean,
good.
right now is a good opportunity so people can see probably the people who have been marking lucha libre in terms of design and photography. So let's see what happens.
Oh my gosh, so
And
exciting! What a lineup.
yeah, and it's great. And besides that, I'm missing two more expositions. One that is dedicated to a friend of mine. He's also, or he has been a designer of many of the wardrobe or costumes of WWE.
Hmm.
So he also is a designer of Arena Mesa. Sorry for the error. So he also contributed for art in the cartel. How do you call it in Spanish? Is well, we were talking about that posters, where they show the events. It's because I don't want to use the word cartel because cartel means in Spanish something else, or for some people in English means like drug dealing or that stuff. What is
Yes.
the correct name for that kind of poster work?
Yeah, the poster design, or
Yeah.
postering, or yeah, this kind of thing.
So he has been involved for years. He probably has more than 20 years in the business. So he has contributed for a lot of places and companies of lucha libre right here in Querétaro. His name is Beto Lopez. So it's going to be great to see his work in a gallery. And just to end, I also have my space. So people are going to have some time to see some of my work, mostly acrylic. So I am sure
Oh,
that the show has something good, and I hope that people can see that we are putting heart and emotion into the organization.
oh yeah. Man, I would love to see more of your work in person. Man, I wish I could get to this exhibition in February in person. If I could, I would love to. But I hope everyone else who might be in the area uh, checks it out. And man, looks like it's going to be fantastic. So is the
Yeah.
entire exhibition called Un Mortal Entre Immortales?
Yes,
Or is that just your show as part of it?
yes. What I want to play also with the word mortal because as we were talking many times, my luchador, my character,
Mm,
I want to play with the word because mortal means many things. Mortal means that to be mortal as a person who can perish or die anytime, or
hmm.
mortal that this means that it can be permanent in the how do you call, in the hearts of everybody, or mortal as this kind of tope, lance, dive, that
Mm.
the movement that we have in lucha libre.
Oh
So
yeah, I distinctly know the Lucha Libre commentary call of Mortal, Mortal, Mortal.
exactly when they are jumping. So
Yeah.
that is what I want to play with the words. So I hope, and also the last representation. I'm really, I feel really honored that I am portraying with my work the most important people in lucha libre. So I'm having the opportunity to start working as a fan art or probably with the license. So I'm really happy to be part of the movement. And as I was telling you before, it's really funny to see that years ago I was feeling that I was alone, and we were sharing the same feeling when we were talking, Chris. And right now we see a lot of people drawing,
Yes.
designing, getting involved into lucha. So I am really proud to be part of it. The same as you have to be
As
proud
am
of
I, my
being part.
friends. It's very very cool to see this community that we explore more as time goes on, and
Mm-hmm,
that's what this is all about as well. Like I want to show a window for whatever the English language speaking world
mm-hmm.
who might be interested in lucha libre to be able to get on to some very talented lucha libre artists, lucha libre photographers, and be able to hopefully travel to Mexico as well and get to experience that in person like I did. It's such an amazing thing to see so many like very passionate people creating art for something that is so great as lucha libre.
Of course. So what I have to be also is grateful because you are giving us a window, place to talk about this kind of projects. Sometimes are originated into these crazy minds of us, but we are trying to, how can I say, to share what we live every day. I mean, I don't know how it's difficult for me to tell people how important in this kind of emotive sensation when a person is a luchador is a wrestling or as, and I repeat myself, last time that we were in Zona 23, when you saw a kid just sweeping the crystals of a windshield, and in
And
my
blood.
case, I was amazed and mesmerized by a couple dancing salsa in the event. So I mean,
So great.
lucha is more than just wrestling. So it's,
Mm,
you have to live it. You have to feel it.
yes. And you have to have experienced the community of it as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
So
man. Such good memories.
yeah, of course, really enjoyable.
Man, so good. I was very happy that we get to have this chat today. So everyone,
Me
I'll
too.
keep you all posted on the developments of 200% MEXA and the next announcement that we have for this exhibition and where you might be able to see it. But in the meantime, like I said, make sure that you're following Portaveritas. You will get a lot of this to see some of the different artists that are participating in this exhibition.
Yes.
And I'll also make sure I share any of those announcements that we spoke about. But also, if you're in the Querétaro area,
Yes.
please in February make sure you check out Un Mortal Entre Inmortales. I wish I could be there in person, but man, I hope that we get to see as many like pictures of the event as possible.
I'm going to send you a lot of pictures. So just note, the name of the exhibition is going to be called Lucha Efímera, and we have 4 expositions, as you mentioned. Mortal entre Inmortales. What was the name of the others? I have them here, so give me a second. We have image and design in Over the Ring, from posters to the wrestling court. A way that Beto Lopez see wrestling. That is the name of the other. I'm trying to translate, so probably it's not like as accurate. Then the
You're
other
doing
one,
much better than I ever could, man. So good, you're doing a good job.
the other is in between courts, movements, light, and cameras. So, Entre Cuerdas, Llaves, Luz y Cámaras. And the last one is Virgencitas Luchonas. So, it's going to be, I mean, I can guarantee that what you are going to see over there is going to be an explosion of visual art and colors and emotions and everything over there. So I hope that people enjoy it.
Oh, I'm sure they will. And thank you again, man, for everything for Virgencitas Luchonas so far with the exhibition. It was so cool to see the pieces in the original exhibition, but then especially when you moved it to the actual arena Querétaro, and I
Uh-huh.
got to see, like my artwork in the hall of this famous historic wrestling venue.
Yes.
Man, that was so awesome. And then very cool to see like the exhibition still lives on to this next stage.
And let me give you another exclusive. We are planning to have 2 more exhibitions of Virgencitas Luchonas, one in Guadalajara and another in Veracruz.
Oh my
So with
gosh.
that, we finish. So it's good to see that one exhibition moved to many different places. So I'm really happy and proud.
Yes. Oh, that's so cool. And I wanted to let you know that of the different people that I've spoken to here in Australia, so I was like bringing this illustration with me that I did for this exhibition to some of the
Mm-hmm.
different events that I've done throughout my travels in Australia. And Australians really think this is such an interesting concept too. I think they get to see such like a quintessential Mexican cultural visual representation mixed with lucha libre, and they really think that's cool from what I've seen so far. So I just wanted to let you know that Australians are connecting with this as well.
Thank you, thank you. That is so happy. I'm really happy to hear that.
Well, thanks so much, man. This has been a wonderful conversation, and I'm very
Yeah,
excited for these upcoming exhibitions. And I'm yeah very thankful that we got to talk about them today.
yeah. So I'm really I am eager to see you here in Mexico soon. So I hope that the travel comes faster as you are expecting to be.
Oh man, it is all reliant on this evil thing that we call money.
Yeah,
But
yeah, I
other
know.
than that, I mean, in a perfect world, I want to spend my 40th birthday in Mexico. So
Yeah, that would be awesome.
if the things can work, I would love to make that happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, it will happen when it happens. So don't worry.
Yes. Well, thanks again, man, and I'll hopefully talk to you soon. I look forward to maybe having another chat about your art, or having you again on our Match of the Week episode of the podcast that we do from time
Of
to time.
course,
I
it
really
will be a
enjoyed that
pleasure
last
again.
one, by the way.
And tell me again, repeat.
I really enjoyed our last conversation when we talked about the
Yes,
matches of the week and getting to talk about some Mexican matches, but then also getting to talk about like some Japanese
this
matches.
Japanese
I
one.
I
Yeah,
really enjoyed that.
yeah. And the funny thing, we were expecting again to talk only for 15 or 20 minutes, and we are almost reaching to the 40 minutes talk.
Yes,
So
it
I am
always
really happy.
happens.
Yeah, always, and I'm really happy to see when this is in this way.
Yes. Well, I know you have some another person waiting for you as well, so I don't want to take up too
Yeah.
much of your time. But thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you,
Again,
Chris.
everyone, make sure you're following Portaveritas on Instagram. And yeah, man, I love seeing your work, and I love seeing your passion, and I'm very proud to call you a friend.
Thank you, amigo. You are a very good friend of mine, and you know that.
Thank you, man. All right, I'll talk to you later.
See you.
All right. What a lovely little chat. That put me in a better mood. Oh man, Portaveritas is the best. I didn't even get to chat to him about a bunch of other things. Like we are actually part of the same book project coming up, the big Master Republic Luchadors versus Everything book project. I'm honored to be working together on that. We've both got some contributions for this very cool coffee table book all about the film niche subgenre of luchador monster movies. So yeah, very, very excited about that one. And also, Porta has been putting together these incredible like lucha libre life drawing events, and he has one coming up with Caminito, the original Caminito, which blew my mind to see. I'm annoyed at myself that I forgot to bring these things up whilst I was actually talking to him. But either way, I think we get to it one way or the other, right? But while it's on my mind, Luchadors versus Everything, the book is coming out soon. The Kickstarter is starting soon. So if you jump on luchadorsversuseverything.com, there is a Kickstarter that's starting on, what do we got here? February 5th, guys. So if you want to get this book and get it cheaper than the normal sales price, and also get some backer goodies, I hear, I'd highly recommend checking that one out. But more than anything, I'm just stoked to be working on having my art be a part of a book that celebrates something that I'm so passionate about, and that I'm getting to be in such great company for that. So very excited about that. Yeah, man. I also just I want to thank everyone out there who is sticking with me as I work this stuff out. This isn't intended to be like a political podcast in any sense. It's meant to be like irreverent and about some of this ridiculously niche subculture of wrestling art. But sometimes things pop up and you can't help but I would feel wrong to just kind of ignore it completely, even though it is a bit adjacent of what we're normally talking about. So I just want to say thank you for your patience, and don't feel like I'm trying to strong arm anybody into things. Like, I'm just talking about what I care about and what I'm passionate about, and what's important to me. And I think that's what this podcast is meant to be all about. It's meant to be a personal journal. And yeah, I think if I just completely ignored this stuff, I would look back and I wouldn't be very proud of myself for doing that. So that's where we're at. So thank you for sticking with me through it. What I'm trying to say, it's yeah, like I said before, it's a tough time, but we will get through it together. I would like to thank everyone for listening to this podcast, for supporting the podcast, for supporting in any way you do of the Chris Things. christhings.com.au is the website where you can get the things. But yeah, guys, it gives me a very nice feeling to think that for over 100 episodes, there's been a bunch of people who indulge my ridiculousness. So thank you to the great team at socialsuplex.com, the home of this podcast and the place that lets me do this. So thanks, Social Suplex. A bunch of other rad wrestling podcasts on there as well, from One Nation Radio to Keeping It Strong Style, the New Japan podcast on the network. They've got Imp's WWE Adventure, All Things Elite, the Trish and Sarah podcast, Tunnel Talk. I believe there's even a new Joshi podcast on the network, which sounded pretty cool. So yeah, a lot of great things there. And yeah, I'm stoked to get to be a part of it, and a team that has supported the Chris Things in one way or another quite a few years now, ever since I first met those guys in New Orleans at a WrestleCon or something. I think we watched that I don't even know what it was. That's a bit of a sidetrack. Whatever. But I want to say thanks again to everyone. Thanks for supporting this thing. Hope this brings a little bit of joy to your life. And I hope you guys have a good week. And I will talk to you next week. Take care. This has been Wrestling Up with Christians. Enjoy.
Do the hammerlock. I do the hammerlock. Do the hammerlock, you turkey necks. Yeah, do the hammerlock. I do the hammerlock. Everybody's doing it. Do the eye gouge. Yeah, do the eye gouge. Do the eye gouge, you turkey necks. Yeah, do the eye gouge. I do the eye gouge. Everybody's doing it. Okay, you turkey nuts. Gather around.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.